Hey everyone, it's me, Juliet, your Scorpion Goddess. I'm the creator and owner of Scorpion Goddess Spiritual Healing, and I am a Western Tropical astrologer, and this video is on the Capricorn full supermoon we have coming up on June 24th, 2021. So if that's something that interests you, stay tuned. So before we get into this Capricorn super full moon astrological information, I want to let you guys know that I do have a moon circle healing package, and the description box down below has a direct link to that at the very top. And what my moon circle healing package consists of is you get distance Reiki healing done by me. You also get a oneness blessing received and a bath salt, which has free shipping and handling, and each bath salt is individualized depending on whatever moon cycle is happening. So because Capricorn full moon, I have bath salts specifically made for the energy of a Capricorn full moon. Now what you also get is private access to a collective tarot and oracle reading of the energy that's happening during this Capricorn full moon, and you will receive that in an email. It'll be an audio that you get to listen to, and you get to keep for yourself, and you can go back and listen to it whenever you want to. So if you guys would like to purchase this, again, the description box down below is where you can do that. In the comments down below is where you can find your timestamp, and I want you to watch, especially for your rising sign. If you don't know your rising, that's fine. Watch for your sun. So sun and rising signs are very important to look forward to when paying attention to any kind of moon phases, especially transits happening in general, because our rising sign is how we show up into the world and how people perceive us and the energy that we're putting out. Even though the sun is the ego and our personality overall, the rising sign has a huge play in how the world kind of relates and sees you, and has a play in how your life kind of pans out. We have a Capricorn full moon, also known as the strawberry moon, because during this time is when strawberries, blueberries, any kind of berries start to come out, and you can start picking them and eating them. So that's why they call this the strawberry moon. So this is going to be in the sign of Capricorn, which is a very understood sign. But before we get into that, the time that this full moon is going to be coming in is at 2:39 p.m. and that's Eastern Standard Time, and it's going to be in 3 degrees of the sign of Capricorn, which is the polarity or the opposite sign of Cancer, because now we are currently in Cancer season. And these two signs are kind of funny how they interact with each other, because Cancer is like the mother of the zodiac, and then Capricorn's like the daddy of the zodiac, and plus Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, which is, everyone likes to call, Daddy Saturn. So this full moon isn't just a regular full moon. We're having yet again another super full moon in 2021. I think this is our 3rd one. That's a lot to have, coming up. We're having a lot of super moons. And basically just what that means is the moon's a lot closer to Earth, and in astrology, that means that the energy is much more stronger and more heightened and felt a lot more than a regular full moon would be. And full moons already have a lot of intense, big emotions. So when it's super full moon, it's even amplified a lot more. So we will be having a lot of emotions during this full moon. And the reason why Capricorn is a misunderstood sign is because people correlate Capricorn to hard work only, professionalism only, and that they're just kind of boring and vague, which isn't true. Capricorns, yeah, they work hard. They're go-getters. They set goals. They're very grounded. They're very work-oriented. They strive to be the best of the best, and they're driven by money, and they get it done. But they play just as hard too, and people forget that. Like Capricorns, they have a lot of emotions. They feel very hard. They may be very grounded and together, but Capricorns, they have a lot of emotions. They really do. So when they play hard, when they work hard, they play hard, and they feel hard too. So when you have a Capricorn in your life, you know that they're like, yes, this is it. And I can say this too, because I'm a Scorpio sun, and I'm very intense and very deep and very emotional, but I love being around Capricorns. They make me feel grounded, but they also get my deep emotions too. And sometimes I feel like I'm on the other end of being that solid rock for my Capricorn friends, because they can get really into their emotions and they come and they confide in me. So it's like, sometimes I feel like I'm that rock for them. So this is why Capricorns is so, like, they're such a misunderstood sign. People think that they have no emotions and they're boring, and that's not the case at all. So if you have a Capricorn that's close to you in your life, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you're a Capricorn, you know what I'm talking about. So during this full moon that's coming in, the Capricorn may be having us feeling pretty impulsive, and this is because Capricorn is not just an earth sign, right? Earth is very steady, but it's a cardinal sign, and cardinal signs are like the first people to jump in, to go in, they're go-getters. So that's where this impulsive energy is going to be coming from in this full moon in Capricorn. And we're feeling like it's time to move forward and solidify ourselves and get our feet in the ground. So I want you guys to think back, look back into your moon journal and see, what were you doing 6 months ago during the new moon in Capricorn? What kind of plans and goals and manifestations did you write down that you didn't burn? You know, look back and see, or what were you doing? Go back in your social media, see the stuff that you were doing at that time. Now, as I'm filming this, Mercury is still retrograde. But when this full moon happens, Mercury will be direct, but we're going to be dealing with that after shadow period. So the Mercury retrograde energy is still going to be lingering around. See, it's still going to be lingering around, where you're going to feel like forgetful, foggy brained. You may still be slipping up, texting the wrong person by accident, taking the wrong exit when you're trying to get to work, or you're running late, something silly happens, Wi-Fi issues, emails being delayed. That stuff can still be happening. There's still may be delays if you had something sent out in the mail. That is still going to be happening. It's just not going to be as heavy and as in your face. It's going to be just kind of foggy, starting to clear away. It's like, in a sense, like, you know, when it's like a thunder, rain, storm coming, the clouds like boom, boom, and then when it starts to clear out, it's still kind of cloudy out. That's what the aftermath is kind of like for the next 2 weeks. That's how long it lasts for. This is a super moon, and it's time for us to be direct, have more clarity, take action. What is coming to light and in full circle now? Because it's like, you get a new moon, then you wait 6 months, and then you get to the full moon. So it's like, whatever you were creating and manifesting 6 months ago is now coming to the light and creating it's a culmination. It has come. It is the time. Now, Capricorn is naturally ruled by governing Saturn. Saturn is strict. Saturn is about getting responsibilities done. Saturn thinks about the long haul and the long-term goals, and really wants to get things done the correct and right way. Saturn doesn't play games. Saturn puts your ass in your place. And Capricorns, again, are naturally very hard workers because they're ruled by Saturn. They have that natural ability to get things done, and they know how to direct people. They know how to come up with good ideas and say, all right, well, then we're going to do this business plan, and this is what's going to work. And when they set out to do something, they go all in. They're 110%, and they focus on, again, the long-term goals. Where am I going to be 5 years from now? Where am I going to be 10 years from now? What do I need to do to be the best version of myself in the future? What can I do now to benefit myself 5-10 years from now? That's how Capricorn's mind thinks. And this is, again, it has a lot to do with the fact that it's ruled by Saturn. So it's, again, with this responsibilities, what needs to be taken care of. How can I hold myself accountable? Accountability is such a huge thing with Capricorns and Saturn. So this full moon's telling you, what do you, or what have you held yourself accountable for, and what do you need to keep and continue to hold yourself accountable for? And this is showing us the hard work that we've been doing these last 6 months. Now they're paying off, because again, remember, this new moon that we had 6 months ago was about planting the seeds and putting in what kind of goals, or where do I want to be, where do I see myself in the future, and we've been working towards that these past 6 months. We've been holding ourselves accountable. We've been doing what we're supposed to do. We've been dealing with the retrogrades, taking a step back, seeing, oh, this didn't really work out, how can I redo this, and how can I fine-tune this? And now with this full moon, now we're seeing the hard work that we've been putting in is paying off. That's what this is all about. Hard work finally paying off. And remember what I said, Capricorns work hard, but they play hard too. This is also a great time to manifest and call in more money. This is a very good time to do that because of how the stars and the planets are aligned right now. Calling in money and manifesting and creating like a large accumulation of money and financial stability. This moon, do it, because it says, hey, I'm listening. You've been doing what you're supposed to do. Put it in now. You're gonna get what you want. This cardinal earth energy of Capricorn wants us to really find that solidarity and that foundation, and be open and say, what can I say yes to right now that's going to really benefit me in the long run? So going back into this manifestation, look at all of the aspects in your life. This could do work, friends, family, whatever. What could you say yes to right now that could benefit you even more? So if you are an Aries sun or Aries rising, you are going to be affected by the 10th house, and this has to do with the public eye, your career, and how you really present yourself with your professionalism to the world. So there could be a change in your employment where people are really starting to recognize you, Aries, in the workplace. There could be even something with a promotion or more money coming in, or just all in all more appreciation and recognition where you work at, and people are seeing oh wow, they've been doing these things. Let's do something for Aries because they've been busting their butts, and all this hard work they've been doing is really benefiting you and really paying off. People see what you're doing. The sun in Cancer is going to be affecting your 4th house of your home, your emotional support, your stability, nurturing. So that's really going to be where your focus is during this season. So yes, you're going to be feeling, and people are going to be seeing your accomplishments at work. But during the Cancer season, you're going to be really focused in your home, in your family, and more of your nurturing side is going to be coming out. All right, if you are a Taurus sun or a Taurus rising, your 9th house is going to be affected. 9th house has to do with higher learning, philosophy, world travel, foreign lands, different cultures. So you could be excited to show off how you've really expanded and learned a lot of new skills. There could even be you trying out new cuisines and new foods from other worlds or other cultures you haven't tried yet. I mean, come on, Taurus. When do you not like food? I'm a Taurus rising, so I know I'm probably going to be trying a bunch of new foods I haven't even eaten yet. But anyways, so you're going to be excited to really try out some new things that is not what you're typically used to. So stuff from maybe foreign lands. There may even be some traveling going on, or there could be some reaching out from other countries, as well as a spiritual awakening, or even a spiritual upgrade happening too as well, because again, this has to do with the 9th house. And you may be reaching out to others who live abroad from you, or you may be traveling abroad or interested in traveling abroad, or just really interested in other countries and their cultures, and you want to learn a lot more about it around this full moon time. Now during this Cancer sun season, it's going to be affecting or highlighting your 3rd house, which has to do with communication, thoughts, ideas, your community, your curiosity. And so this is really where you're going to be focused at during this Cancer season also. Taurus Sun, Taurus Rising. If you are a Gemini Sun, Gemini Rising, then this Capricorn full moon is going to be in your 8th house of transformation, sexuality, vulnerability, commitments, trust. So you may be in the mood to, or you may be feeling excited or wanting to celebrate, or feeling just really like confident in like teaming up and working with somebody and kind of showing off like where you've transformed, how you've transformed from the past 6 months. Like now you're kind of like, Gemini's been doing stuff in somewhat in like behind the scenes. Not a lot of people know like what you've been doing, and now you're ready to like, you're excited, you want to show this kind of stuff off, who you've been working together with, or like commitments that you've had, and you really want to show off again this transformation that's been going on with you during this full moon. You're really going to feel that coming in, that energy of just really that butterfly coming out of the cocoon kind of effect, Gemini. And then with the Sun in Cancer during the season, this is really going to be highlighting your 2nd house, which has to do with your resources, your valuables, your materials, and your assets. So with these two things together, that again, that's going to give you that really big push and drive and continue to keep working towards the goals that you've had set. Now, with Cancers, Cancer Sun, Cancer Rising, this is going to be affecting your 7th house of partnerships, romance, balance. So you could possibly be in the mood to be excited and celebrate your relationships. Now these could be romantic relationships, work relationships, friendships, any type of relationship. And some of you, Cancer Sun, Cancer Risings, have also entered a new relationship with someone. And again, this could be a new romantic partner, or this could be a new friendship where you feel like feeling like you're bonding with someone or reconnecting with somebody. Or this could be a work person or networking with somebody, but you're feeling excited and you really just want to connect with this person and find that balance and kind of like celebrate and show it off, like, hey, like we've been doing this, or this is what we have going on. Now, because it's your season, the Cancer Sun is going to be in your 1st house. So this is about your persona, your sense of self, Cancer, and really how you like present yourself to the world, and like your physical appearance also. So there may be some changes going on with like your physical appearance, you know, figuring out like, how do I really want to show and present myself to the world? So there's going to be some of that work going on during Cancer season, your season, Cancer. Now, Leo Suns, Leo Risings. This full moon in Capricorn is going to be in your 6th house. It's going to be in your 6th house of day-to-day routines, schedules, health, and wellness. So, Leo Suns, Leo Risings, you could be very excited and wanting to celebrate the routines that you've actually stuck with, saying, hey, I'm going to do this and stick with this. That's going to be really highlighted right now. And you know, some of you may have been changing your literally like day-to-day routines, and you're feeling better about yourself. You're feeling better about your health. Some of you may be getting some really good news where it comes to your health and your wellness also. You may be hearing positive news, positive feedback, or something like that, where it comes to, again, like how sticking to the schedule has really benefited you, or you may hear some positive news where it comes to your physical or your mental health, or both. With this Cancer Sun, it's highlighting your 12th house of secrets, mystery, intuition, and rest. So during this Cancer season, Leos, you may be feeling like getting a lot of rest in. So, and this could have a lot to do with something going on again with like your health, your mental health, and now it's time for you to like, you feel really good, but there's some rest and rejuvenation that really needs to happen during this Cancer season. Now, if you're a Virgo Sun, Virgo Rising, your 5th house is going to be where this full moon's going to be hitting you, which has to do with your creativity, your courage, children, like giving birth to, or I did say creativity, but giving birth to like something new. So again, with children could be on your mind, or you could be surrounded by children. So this is really telling you to like put yourself in the spotlight, have a lot of fun. You may be surrounded again by a lot of children, or planning to have children, or finding out news about you are pregnant, or expecting you know, some news coming in with a project that you've created, or something you're very excited and passionate about is coming to like show that off to people during this full moon time. And with this being in the Cancer Sun season, your 11th house of friendships and community and groups is going to be highlighted during the Cancer season. So during this Cancer time, you're going to be wanting to find like-minded people like you, and really reconnecting and rekindling friendships. Now, if you're a Libra Sun, Libra rising, your 4th house of home, family, nurturing is what's going to be affected during this full moon, Capricorn. And so you may be kind of wanting to keep it like low key in a way, where you just kind of want to be at home during this full moon. You want to be where you're comfortable, around people who make you feel safe and loved and nurtured, and you kind of just want to like work on home projects. Also, there may be some stuff where you're like, oh, I want to repaint my walls, or I want to get some new furniture, or like I want to cook a meal for my family. But this is the area that's really going to be focused on for you during this full moon. And during the Cancer Sun season, it's going to be affecting your 10th house of your career. So basically what's going to be highlighted is your career, or your professionalism, and kind of figuring out that aspect and what you want to do in that area of your career and your accomplishments. So if you're a Scorpio Sun or a Scorpio rising, your 3rd house is going to be highlighted during this Capricorn full moon, and this has to deal with your thoughts, your ideas, your communication, your community, and your curiosity. All of the C's. So with that being said, you may be wanting to connect a lot more with people in your community. You may be feeling like you're inspired by like lots of ideas. You might be getting like mental downloads and a lot of like inspiration and ideas, so write them down. It's going to be very important for Scorpios to do, because again, with this full moon, it's a great time to manifest a lot of things that are going on. So during this Cancer Sun season, your 9th house is going to be affected. 9th house has to do with higher education, philosophy, wisdom, travel, and different cultures. So during this time, not just the full moon, but the entire Cancer season, that's where your focus is really going to be put into, like what more can I learn and study on. And you may be having some type of spiritual awakening or spiritual upgrade happening during the Cancer Sun season as well. Scorpio Sun, Scorpio risings. Now, if you are a Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius rising, your 2nd house is going to be affected by this full moon Capricorn. 2nd house has to do with your resources, what you value, your materials, and your assets and income. So, Sagittarius, you could be in the mood to really celebrate, or feeling excited about new revenues of like income coming in, coming up with new ideas of how you can invest, or what you really value and bring to like show the world. Another thing is, this moon is also, because it's so grounded, it's going to have you feeling, because your 2nd house is being affected by this Capricorn full moon, because in astrology, these are both kind of like earth energies you're working with, Sagittarius, and you are a fire sign, but because of the 2nd house, which is like Taurus inspired, and it's another earth sign, this is going to have you feeling like very grounded and feeling a lot more practical about decisions that you do make, where it comes to where your money's going, how you value it, and again, there may be some assets that are coming in also. And if you did plan 6 months back, you know, investing money in somewhere, if you check back in your stocks or something, you may see that they have increased. So during this time, with the Cancer Sun, it's going to also be affecting your 8th house during this entire Cancer season. 8th house has to do with your commitments, trust, vulnerability, transformation, and your sexuality. So Sagittarius, this is what's really going to be highlighted for you during this time. You're really coming out of your cocoon and blossoming into that butterfly and having this transformation happen in who can you commit to, who really commits to you, who's trustworthy, who do you trust. That's what's really going to be focused during this Cancer season for you, Sagittarius. Now, Capricorn, this is all about you. Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Rising. This super full moon is going to be affecting your guys' 1st house. This is your persona, your physical self. How do you present yourself to the world? Who are you stepping into and showing the world who you actually are? That's what you're going to be focused on. And all eyes are going to be on you. And you like it, Capricorn. Or at least most of you do. You feel good. You feel good. So, you're going to feel like a sense of self-confidence, a little pep in your step during this full super moon. And self-expression is going to be like, self-expression for you, Capricorn, is going to be very important during this full moon. During this Cancer Sun, your 7th house of partnerships, balance, romance, again, partnerships of any kind, romantic, platonic, work-related, doesn't matter, just any type of partnership relation that you have with somebody is really going to be what you're focusing on during this Cancer season. All right, Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Rising. Your 12th house is what's going to be focused on during this Capricorn full moon. The 12th house has to do with escapism, spirituality, intuition, and secrecy. So Aquarius, you want to kind of celebrate and get excited about something, but only behind closed doors or in secrecy, or you may be coming up and telling people something that you want to celebrate that you've been kind of doing behind closed doors for a while now, and now you're like, hey, by the way, like, I've had this secret going on, I'm really excited about it, and I just want to celebrate this. Your intuition, Aquarius, is going to be very heightened during this full moon. So whatever you manifest or whatever instincts or gut feelings you get, it's on point. It is on point because this full moon is in your 12th house, and moons already are feminine energy, intuition. So because it's in your 12th house, Aquarius, it's like, and it's a super moon, so it's just like even more like, oh my god, it's even more heightened. So this is a great placement for you guys right now. With the Cancer Sun season, Cancer season, it's going to be in your 6th house, which has to do with your day-to-day routines, your schedules, and your health and your wellness. So during this Cancer Sun season, that's really where your focus is going to be at. Your schedules, how can I stick to this? And, you know, how can I work on being healthier, my wellness, and my day-to-day routines? Like, what do I want to do to be like a better version of myself? Now, Pisces Sun, Pisces Rising. This Capricorn full moon is going to be in your 11th house of friendships and community and groups. So this is going to have you feeling like you really just want to be around your friends during this full moon time, or you want to really connect with like-minded people. You may even be reaching out like on Facebook or on different social media platforms and finding like people that are just like you. Like, hey, like, I'm into blah blah blah, and like you'll like join a new group again, like on Facebook, or you'll follow a new like Instagram page or something that just really connects with you, and you feel like, wow, like these people get me, they're just like me, or they think a lot just like me. That's what's going to be happening during this full moon for you, Pisces. And then during the Cancer season, it's going to be in your 5th house of creativity, children, giving birth, and this could be giving birth to new ideas, or again, children, your courage, your fun, and having like the spotlight put on you. So this Cancer season is really about what new ventures can I, like, what am I passionate about? And how can I show that to the world and be really excited about it? And you may be spending more time with children also. Alright everyone, I am Juliet, your Scorpion goddess, and I will see you guys next time.